Okay. Hey guys, what's going on? Here's an ETC here. So it's like 2 a.m., something like that. Ugh. I just got back from the premiere of Avengers Endgame, and I just have to say that that movie was amazing. Oh my gosh, that movie was so good. It's probably the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. I will definitely say that. Best Marvel movie I've ever seen. Hands down. Oh, I loved it so much. It was so well done. I can see why I got 96% certified fresh from Rotten Tomatoes before it even has released. Oh, it was just so amazing. I'm just blown away. I'm going to see it again, definitely. A couple more times at least. Oh, I loved it so much. Other than that, I'm about to dive into spoilers, so if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, here's your warning to click off, because from now on, I'm going to be talking about spoilers in this video. Okay? Last chance. Well, if you're still here, that means you want to know what I thought about the full movie. Alright, so let's talk about the movie. Opening was really good, starting with Hawkeye and his family. He still had the ankle monitor on, making that plea deal with the FBI and Homeland Security after the whole Civil War incident, which I think we're finally behind that, which is good because I was getting kind of sick of the Civil War, Captain America's a vigilante, an outlaw, and all that. I was really sick and tired of that kind of way they were going with the MCU, so I'm glad that they're done with that. I kind of knew that Hawkeye was going to become Ronin by his family dying in the snap. Still, the way that the Russo brothers did it was fantastic. I thought it was so good. Really got you, like, into the movie. And then I did get confused, though, because Captain Marvel in Avengers Endgame shows up carrying the ship. But in Captain Marvel, she shows up and goes, "Where's Fury?" So I don't know if that was just hype for Endgame. I'm assuming it was, because clearly they didn't show it in the movie. Or maybe that's how they were going to do it in the movie and then decided to cut it. I don't know. I thought that the paper football game that Tony and Nebula were playing was hilarious. And Nebula had, like, no clue, and she was like, "Block." And he was like, "No, you just hold it up. Okay, go." And she was like, "It was quite enjoyable. I would like to play again sometime." Just really good. I thought that was hilarious. I kind of knew that Captain Marvel was going to be their way home. I liked seeing that relationship with Tony and Nebula. Wish I got to see that a little more, to be honest. Kind of saw something there that was starting out, and I thought it would be really good. So when they make the plan and they go to where Thanos is, and they go to where Thanos is chilling, and they all attack, and Thor just cuts his arm off. I was like, wow, they're not messing around, which, I mean, clearly, Infinity War had just happened. The snap had, just happened. And then the stones were gone, and that shocked me. That really shocked me. I was like, oh my gosh, what? That really shocked me. And then Thor cut his head off, and I was like, whoa, Thanos died. And Thor was like, I went for the head this time, just like Thanos told him to. So I thought that was hilarious. There was a lot of great comedy in the movie, while there was some very, dramatic scenes. I mean, it was a very rough movie. Kind of like I said in my predictions, it was going to be a very dark movie, and it was. It was a very dark movie. I loved it so much. I thought they played the time travel card really well. I was afraid they weren't going to play it good, and they actually played it really well. I liked them going back to New York and getting to see kind of a new perspective on the attack on New York. I thought that was cool. And Banner, Endgame Banner, trying to beat Hulk and smash, and he's just like, roar, punch, punch, roar. I thought that was really funny. I just liked seeing a new perspective of the Battle of New York. Of course, when Agent Sitwell and Rumlow and all them walked out of the elevator, I turned to my friend who I was seeing the movie with, and I was like, Hydra! And I was right, because Captain America gets the scepter by leaning over to Sitwell and going, Hail Hydra. Like, that was really good. I was so excited when he got in the elevator. I was really expecting another elevator fight scene where he's just like, before we start, does anyone want to get out? Oh, it was so good. It was so funny. It'll be interesting to see. So Loki escaped with the Tesseract. They ended up going and getting it from the 70s and then returning it to where they found it. So Loki escapes, and that's clearly going to be where the Disney Plus Loki show takes place. Is Loki's escaped from S.H.I.E.L.D. custody. Well, S.H.I.E.L.D. / Thor custody. And is kind of on an adventure now. So we'll see what happens there. I thought it was so good. Really, I keep on saying that, but it was an amazing movie. Man, when Black Widow and Hawkeye were fighting over who should die and who should live, and then Hawkeye jumped off the cliff, and then Black Widow attached him to the wall, and she let herself die. I was shocked. I was so shocked. I can't believe Black Widow sacrificed herself like that. Oh, it was such a good scene. I thought the whole movie was amazing. I like that Tony got closure with his dad. It was something he really needed. He got the closure he needed his whole life. He got to say goodbye to his dad just like he wanted. Alright, let's kind of skip forward. I'll do probably a more detailed video later after I've seen the movie a couple of times and can really talk about certain things. I thought that the new gauntlet looked so cool. Oh, I hope that they sell one. Kind of like my Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlet that I have. Hope they sell like the Iron Man version of that because it looked super cool. Okay. End battle scene. Final battle scene. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was insane. That is the best battle in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hands down. Nothing beats that battle. Of just all these heroes joining together. And we got to see like everyone's interactions with each other, and I loved Peter Parker going around. I liked it. He was on the ground holding the Infinity Gauntlet, and he looks up at Carol. He goes, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker." And Carol looks down, and she's like, "Hey, Peter Parker, I heard you have something for me." I love that he introduces himself when there are new heroes. I think that's really, really funny. The movie was just so good. It was amazing. Loved that Captain America picked up Thor's hammer. That was amazing. Because you could, in Avengers Age of Ultron, he goes to pick it up and it starts to move. And see Thor go from smiling to... And then Captain America lets it go and he's like, "No, I couldn't." He could have lifted it if he wanted to. He just didn't want to embarrass Thor. Because Thor's about to die and the hammer starts to raise, and I was like, yes, the hammer, like Thor and the hammer have a connection. Here we go. And Captain America grabbed it, and I literally like almost jumped out of my seat. I was like, oh, no way. What? Oh my gosh. It was That whole movie was mind-boggling, blowing to me. Oh my gosh, it was so good. This was such an amazing movie. I was just blown away. Some of my predictions were right. The snap was reversed. Gamora is still dead. Technically, the Gamora I was talking about is dead. Now, Gamora is not dead, but the one I was referencing stayed dead. Like, they didn't bring her back to life. Like, she stayed dead. But now the Gamora from 2012? No, 2014. The Gamora from 2014 is now the Gamora in this timeline. So it'll be interesting to see, because this Gamora doesn't have feelings for Quill, is not a Guardian of the Galaxy, doesn't want anything to do with them. She's gone to go find herself, I guess. Okay. The hardest part of the movie for me, I mean, you can tell by what I'm wearing. When Tony Stark stole the stones from Thanos and snapped to wipe them out, and he killed him, and that's how he died. I can't believe Tony Stark died. He founded the MCU, and I guess it's poetic. He started the MCU as we know it. He ended the MCU as we know it. Saying the line, the end of Iron Man 1, and at the end of Avengers Endgame, saying, "I am Iron Man," was really, really poetic. I'm devastated that Tony Stark is dead. I loved him so much. I loved his relationship with Pepper, his daughter, Peter Parker, and Happy. I can't imagine the Marvel Cinematic Universe without him, but I guess I'm gonna have to. That part was probably the most mind-boggling moment out of everything. I couldn't believe it. If you had told me, if someone had come and told me, which one of my friends told me 4 months ago, he said, "I bet you Tony Stark dies in Endgame." And I was like, "No, you're wrong. No, this is not possible. Tony Stark is not going to die in Endgame. No, they would not kill him off." He's sitting next to me in the movie. I lean over at him as soon as the end credits start to roll, and I go, "I hate it when you're right." And he just laughed, because he predicted it. But, that was really rough for me. Iron Man 2 was my introduction to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A friend took me to see it. Iron Man was the first superhero movie I ever saw. Iron Man 2 was the first superhero movie I ever saw. Iron Man's the first superhero I've ever seen. When I was way little. He's the reason I got into the Marvel comics, into the way I am, loving the movies and collecting Avengers Pops and all that is because of seeing Iron Man 2 with a friend. I still can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm very devastated that he's dead. But be interesting to see how well they're going to use that. I guess that makes more sense for Spider-Man Far From Home now. Why he doesn't want to take his Spider-Man suit, he's not ready. He just wants a break. So, it was devastating to say the least. It was devastating to me when Tony died. I think it's interesting that Valkyrie is now the Queen of Asgard. Well, New Asgard, I guess as they call it on Earth. New Asgard. And Thor is a Guardian of the Galaxy. I mean, that's super cool. I think that's amazing. that he's on this new team. You know, he'll be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'm assuming. So I guess that means there are no more Thor movies. I guess they're done with the Thor franchise. That'll just be Guardians of the Galaxy movies from now on. Okay, getting sidetracked. Back to the end fight scene. I loved it so much. There was every MCU hero was in there. Wasp, all of them, they were there. They were all fighting together. Oh, it was so cool. It just blows my mind how amazing it was. All of the effects, the big fight, Captain Marvel coming back in. I love it. The time machine's destroyed, and they're like, we got to get these stones back. How? We don't have a time machine. And Ant-Man's like, oh yes we do. And then you hear the horn from Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp, the boo-noo-noo-noo-noo, boo-noo-noo-noo-noo, doo-noo-noo-noo-noo-noo. I just think that was hilarious. That and then they were like, has anyone seen a brown ugly old truck? A brown ugly old van. And it was just hilarious. I loved the movie. I loved it so much. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I wasn't on the edge of my seat at the beginning like I was in Infinity War. Starting off in Infinity War, I was on the edge of my seat the entire movie. And there were parts in Endgame that were a bit slower, and mainly that's because they were dealing with the aftermath, you know? It's not all fight and action. It was pretty chill. You know, there was the times of mourning, and they showed that, you know, the effects of Thanos. The time jump surprised me. Like, going 5 years later. 5 years. That is 2024 is where the MCU is now. They've done a 5-year time jump, and they're going to have to stay with that for the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is that 5-year time jump. So now all their movies are going to start taking place in 2025. Spider-Man Far From Home is going to be in 2025. Like, that just blows my mind. It really does. It blows my mind. Overall, Endgame was amazing. Better than Infinity War. Best Marvel movie I've ever seen. I'm willing to say that. Best Marvel movie I have ever seen. Best Marvel movie out there. Hands down. Great movie. Loved it so much. Highly recommend it. You have to go see this movie. You have to go see this movie. Odds are it's going to break $1 billion this weekend. I expect it to break $1 billion and everybody be like, Avengers Endgame. I'm super excited. I saw it opening night so that I can reinstall social media and YouTube, because I've been off YouTube and social media, so it could not get spoiled for me, because it's very adamant in the hashtag don't spoil the Endgame movement. Other than that, I highly loved Avengers Endgame. Highly recommend everyone go see it. I'm super excited. I hope you all go see it. I'll probably do a more in-depth review a little later once everyone's had a chance to see it and I've gone and seen it a couple times, take some notes, kind of realize some more plot points I can talk about and some references and stuff that I want to talk about in Avengers Endgame. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you can subscribe down below, I'd really appreciate it. Check out a couple of my other videos, and we'll see you here next time on Heroes and ETC.